We are. Let's get a sound check going. Audio check. Sounds good. Hey Fusion, how you doing? We are here on this beautiful evening with a large, beautiful cup of Starbucks gingerbread coffee. I think this is my favorite coffee so far of all time. Well, of like regular coffees, not necessarily like lattes or anything. Because nothing can ever replace the Borders Bookstore creme brulee latte. Good memories, good memories. But when it comes to standard coffee, so far this is definitely my favorite. Infusion has redeemed. Hello, I'm new to stream. Well, welcome on Infusion to the stream for the very first time. Again. It's every time for the first time. Infusion has also redeemed Hydrate. Very well. Cheers, Fusion. Says, I'm here to witness, quite possibly, the world record for the slowest completion of the tutorial in Dark Souls 3. Maybe we just might do it without an intro. June says, you might need to speak up. The music is louder than the volume of your voice. Oh. I didn't even know there was music playing. Let me give a listen here. Also, I typically wait until, like, we have our opening announcements before I fiddle with things. But maybe, I don't know if you can go into the game settings before you actually start the game. I would think so, though. Let me see if I can turn down the music. Dark Souls 3. Nice music. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, that's interesting. Yes, okay. Accept. And Marcusaur is here, and Squirmy Duck is also here. Hello, everyone. Welcome on in. We're just trying to get to the settings screen right now because I have some feedback. I have some feedback from Fusion that it's kind of hard to hear my voice over the singing, over the music. So I'm just trying to get in-game to turn it down. But welcome on in, everyone. It's good to see you here. Huh. Perhaps we shall start offline then? I can't seem to log into the Dark Souls 3 servers. Starting game in offline mode. To use online features, check to see if your connection is set up properly and select Login from title menu. Is that better? Or should I turn the music down more? And Jans is here. Hello, Jans. Much better? Keep it here? Turn it down more? What say you? And let me catch up in stream chat here. J-Dog is here. Welcome on in, J-Dog. Good to see you. Squirmerdeck says, hello. Yes, I agree with Fusion, LOL. The music is super loud. So stoked I am here for this one. Thank you for being here, Squirmy Duck. Oh, and Marcusor has resubscribed. Thank you, Marcusor, for the resubscription. I appreciate it. Finally, 4 hours late. Yes, it's a wee bit late there. Jen says, Dark Souls 3's server is the one I have the most difficulty logging into as well. I wonder why that is. Maybe it's because Dark Souls 3 is like the OG Dark Souls 3, like it never got revamped. Because Dark Souls 1 got revamped into remastered. And then Dark Souls 2 got revamped with Scholar of the First Sin. But Dark Souls 3, so far as I know, has always just been Dark Souls 3. So maybe that's why. Much better, keep it here, keep it? Alright. Squirminic says, it's loud enough to hear, but we can hear you now. Okay. You can probably put music and sound effects to 5. Let me get a listen to the stream volume myself here. Audio check. Audio check. Okay. I think I'll keep voice at 7, just because I typically like to always hear what my characters are saying. Like, I always have, like, I love lore and story in video games, and I always have this fear that I'll miss what's being said, and so I always like to keep the voice up a little bit high. And when the character's talking, I'm not going to be talking anyway. Alright, so that's good. Keep blood on, subtitles on, HUD on, yes. Okay. Can I just back out? Will it save? It saves. Okay, it saved. Alright. What about our controls? Toggle auto lock on, I want that on. By default, this is off in Dark Souls 2. And I found that I didn't like clicking the button all the time to lock on and lock off. And so I just set it to on, and that fixed all my combat issues. Marcusor says, remember guys and gals, first blind playthrough, so please no backseating and no spoilers. Aye. And I've done a lot less research for this game than I have any other game in the series. I was going to look up, just like with Dark Souls 2, I did research into the whips, where all the locations of all the whips in the game were, because I wanted to do a whip playthrough in Dark Souls 2. And so I figured out how many there were and where to get them. In Dark Souls 3, I really wanted to sort of like rock a divine hammer, but apparently there's like no real like divine hammer. Like I tried just scrolling through the hammer list in Dark Souls 3 as far as just like one-handed hammers, and they don't exist. Like the closest thing you get is a mace. That's the default for the Cleric. Cleric's going to be our build. So I don't really have anything else to look up. I'm going to play this as blind as possible. Now, once we get, similar to Dark Souls 2, once we get all the way to the end of the game, right before we face the final boss, or the gauntlet of final bosses, because that's what Dark Souls 2 has, then I would ask that stream chat stop me there, and then tell me if I missed anything. If I missed any optional bosses, if I missed any really cool loot, and if I missed any side quests, and if I'm still able to do those things, then we'll go have a process of cleanup, knock out all those things first, and then we'll return to the final bosses. Alright, auto-target? No. Automatically target an enemy when attacking close range with no lock? No. Manual attack aiming. Allows for manual control of aiming of large weapons when locked on. What? I don't know what that means. Alright, compute controls, okay. Never mind. Let's see. Students 0 research going forward on blind playthroughs. Squirmedic says, can I give Orphea the same little quirk hint I gave you, Marcusor, last night? Yes, I haven't been watching Marcusor streams either lately. Well, I kind of have. Like, I've seen Marcusor's been streaming Dark Souls 3, but I don't want to spoiler, so I haven't been doing that. I have been in his streams watching his VODs for Dark Souls 2. And, so last night I got up to watching Marcusor's video from, I think now it's been 4 days, and he was farming a Pharaoh's contraption key in the Doors of Pharaohs to come back and unlock an opening to get Durgo's hat from DLC 3. That's the last thing I saw. Okay. And let us give a couple of shout-outs to our streamer friends here. Being Marcusor and Squirmy Duck. And also for everyone else just tuning into the stream, again, welcome. Typically I go through a set of opening announcements before I launch into the game, but again I was told that the audio was off, so I wanted to fix that first so you could hear me. But yes, welcome everyone to the stream. I am your host, Lord Orpheo. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch in addition to being a YouTuber. I stream 5 days a week, and I stream a little something different throughout the week. I have 3 primary stream themes, I like to call them. On Mondays, we have the Monday Mishmash. It's called that because it is a mishmash of different game genres, so expect all variety of games on Mondays. Looter, shooters, puzzle games, strategy games, sports games. Typically it's voted on by, well, it's not voted on, it's just selected for me by you, the viewers, should you have enough channel points to do so. Once we're closer to beating the current Monday Mishmash game, I will enable that option in the channel points redemption. And you can look at a list on our Rank 1 profile page and select our next Monday game. And we play everything again on Mondays except for RPGs. We save those for later on during the week. On Wednesdays, we have our weekly Just Chatting stream called Community Chat and Gaming News, during which we go over community updates, gaming news, and game releases for the week. And then Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays are our RPG afternoons. So if you do like role-playing games, then those are the days for you. This Thursday and Friday are going to be normal RPG afternoon sessions. This Saturday is going to be a celebratory 18-hour stream for the Twitch channel having broken 20 subscriptions on the channel. So thank you all again for that. Thank you for the continued support in whatever way you're able to. And yes, just to show my thanks with more streams. So, with our opening announcements out of the way, let us return to the stream of the day. So we are here for the first RPG afternoon session of the week with Dark Souls 3, the beginning of Dark Souls 3 from Software. So, let me sip my coffee one more time because I really love this coffee. I shall catch back up with chat. And can someone explain what this means, manual attack aiming? I don't get that. Does that mean if you're holding like a really big weapon, auto lock-on doesn't work or lock doesn't work? Like you can disable it just for big weapons? Alright, catching back up here. Marcusor says, sure. Jen says, you know how Dark Souls 2 prioritized analog direction when wielding weapons, even when locked on? Oh, yes, like you would... Okay, so like you would lock onto an enemy and you would go into a roll with your back facing the enemy, but if you attack out of the roll, you would attack in the direction that you're rolling, not in the direction of a locked-on enemy. I gotcha. Here is a setting you can turn off and on. If you prefer to have lock-on always determine the direction, turn it off. Oh. Okay. If you prefer to have lock-on always determine the direction, I do not. Turn it off. Okay, so turn this on. I actually got to... I feel like it's more efficient to keep it off, but I like the increased challenge from keeping it on. I think it adds to the realism aspect of the game, and I like that aspect of the game. Though it seems like it only works for larger weapons and not for smaller weapons. So it seems like depending on my weapon size, I might still, like, this might not even affect me, because I don't plan on using, like, any great hammers or great swords this playthrough. This is going to be a cleric build, and so, so far as I know, the only weapon you might use in the game is the mace, something to cast miracles, and maybe a shield early game. That's about it. So we'll see. Squirmedic says, the hint I gave Marquisor was, bow to the Firekeeper. It's not a spoiler or anything. It is just a cute little thing the devs added to this game. Oh, so I wonder, like, if you bow to the Firekeeper, if they'll bow to you in return. That's cool. And Gamer Knight is here. Welcome on in, Gamer Knight. How are you doing? And Tasachi is here as well. Welcome on in, Tasachi. Tasachi says, the music is still louder than you. Quite a lot. Really? So I should go back and turn it down to, like, 4? And Marquisor is on a 5-stream streak. Thank you for the continued viewing, Marquisor. Jen says, probably best to turn off music for announcements and welcomes. Then once you're about to continue, turn it back on to 4. Alright, let me go back in and alter the volume then if it's still kind of hard to hear me. We'll drop that down to 4. Okay. Yeah, whatever's best for you. I can control the volume that I hear independently of what you hear. So, if it sounds off to you, then I can always turn it as low as you need me to turn it. Let's try 4. Let me know if that's good. Okay. Manual attack aiming on. Loss from control of large weapons when locked on. Yeah, okay. Jump controls. Set controls for jumping. I like Dark Souls 2's L3. Controller vibration, yes. Keep it maxed. Okay. Oh no, I hate inverse controls. Reset camera. Camera reset also resets the camera Y-axis. I'm guessing that means if you don't touch the camera for a while, it auto-centers. Nah. Speed, we'll leave that alone for now. Auto wall recovery. Set whether the camera automatically avoids walls. No, I hate that. Cinematic effects. Configure cinematic effects used during special attacks. What does that mean? Like, you can turn off, like, the pyrotechnic effects, if there are any. I'll keep it on. Let's be flashy. Okay, we did audio. Brightness. Adjust brightness until flame is visible and dragon invisible. I mean, we'll see. In Dark Souls 1, I had to crank the brightness up all the way. In Dark Souls 2, I think I left the brightness alone. We'll see what Dark Souls 3 is going to be like. I can see the dragon there. By default, it was on 5. I can, like, barely see it there. I would say 6 is good. Like, I can still see it, but I can only see it because I know it's there. Okay. Cross-region play. Matchmaking off. Allow or restrict cross-region matching. We'll keep that off. Summon sign visibility. Restrict the visibility for summon sign in enemy phantom worlds. I don't know what that means. Voice chat. Yeah, we'll keep that off. Player name display. Character name, yes. Launch setting, play online, yes. Alright. Fusion says, leave brightness at default. 11 minutes left for the options menu. Leave it at default? Alright. I'll go back. System. Where's brightness again? Here's brightness. Okay. Back to 5. Okay. I'll try logging in one more time. If it doesn't log in, we'll just start the game in offline mode. I do like playing Souls games in offline mode. I mean, in online mode, because I like to see the blood puddles. I like to see the messages. I think that's fun. Oh, Oh, look at that! Looks like we got in. Information, notifications, and announcements. Thank you for supporting Dark Souls 3. Embrace the darkness. Notification regarding password matching. Thank you for supporting Dark Souls 3. This is a notification regarding the password matching feature that allows players to join in multiplayer sessions with specific players. Please note that password matching done under the following conditions may result in an extended amount of time required for the match to connect. Many players currently online in the same area, a large level gap between the players using the same password. So does this mean, like, if I wanted to set a password, anyone could join me of any level, since it says there's a large gap? We apologize for any inconvenience caused, and thank you for your understanding and support. Patch release notes say that's not really gonna... I don't care about patch release notes. Let's see. Gamer Knight says, which console are you playing on? PS4. I try to always put the platform I'm playing on in the tags. Fusion says, don't tell me he's about to read all of this. No. I think that is the way it works, yes. If I'm like level 2 and I set a password, a level 50 could join me. Are they the same? Do they fall to your power level? Like, do they fall to the power level of a level 2 character? Or do they stay at like a level 50 power level? Because if they stay at like a level 50 power level, then they could just steamroll through everything. No. If like the patch had just happened, then I would read it. But, I mean, this is a pretty old game. I doubt it's going to get any more patches, so the patch notifications aren't going to mean anything to me. So as you can see in the upper left-hand corner of the screen, I do have the game. I have both DLCs, Ashes of Ariandel and the Ringed City. So we have the full package. Let's launch it. Oh, it asks me again anyway. We're good. Oh, it runs me through everything anyway? Okay. Yeah, I don't like auto wall recovery. Like, because I don't know which way the camera's going to turn. Probably the direction that the character is facing. But I might want the camera to face behind the character. Like, maybe I'm running away from something. And so if that's the case, I want to be able to freely control the camera without having to fight it. Alright, here we go.
Yes, indeed. It is called Lothric, where the transitory lands of the Lords of Cinder converge. In venturing north, the pilgrims discover the truth of the old words. The fire fades, and the lords go without thrones. When the link of fire is threatened, the bell tolls, unearthing the old lords of Cinder from their graves. Aldrich, saint of the deep, Farron's undead legion, the Abyss Watchers. And the reclusive lord of the profaned capital. Yon the giant.
He has no face, just like the giants from Dark Souls 2.
truth, the lords will abandon their thrones. And the unkindled will rise. Nameless, accursed undead, unfit even to be cinder. And so it is that ash seeketh embers.
And it takes us just straight into character creation. Okay, so that's a little different from Dark Souls 2. We had a more of a we got a feel for the gameplay a bit in Dark Souls 2 before we got to choose a class. So this is more like Dark Souls 1. All right, looks like we have an ad starting in about 5 seconds. So we're just going to be going through character creation. So that's all you're going to miss. And I'm probably honestly still going to be in character creation after the 3-minute ad is over. Let me catch up with some stream chat messages here. Let's see. Skirmidex says, I think it scales enemies for each level, so there is no advantage. That is so cool. A lot of MMORPGs don't even have that function. Maybe it's just really hard to implement in like a scale for MMORPGs. But I love that. I love that two people can join together and adventure through the game together and still have an equal level of challenge. I think that's really cool. Now, obviously, the person with more experience is still going to have the advantage because they're going to know the attack patterns of all the mobs already. They're already going to be very familiar with their own play style, and so they're still going to kill the mobs a lot faster than, you know, someone new like me to the game. But it is pretty cool, though, that the mob can, like, hit me a level 2 character, and I take that much damage, and they turn around and whack a level 50 character, and they still take that much damage. So I think that's pretty cool. Let's see. Gamer Knight says, sorry, should have looked. I heard they are shutting down online on PS3 for Souls games. Oh, maybe. I know that they're shutting down Dark Souls 2, the original Dark Souls 2, I think on PlayStation 3, and I think it's also Xbox 360 and and PC. I'm sorry. Scholar of the First Sin is being left alone, and I don't know of any other Souls games. I think the original Dark Souls has also had its servers shut down on PC. I could be wrong about that, though. I think now the servers for Remastered are only active. Squirmy says, man, I love this game. So many flashbacks, lol. Was this your first Souls game, Squirmy Duck? Fusion says, Abyss Watchers. Ooh, yes, they look spooky. Aldrich, visions of crying. Hype, so excited. Hello, Bizerna, welcome on in. 1 hour left for character creation. Brandon says, Dark Souls 3, hype. Hello, Brandon, welcome on in. There's no Dark Souls 3 on PS3, is there? I don't know. Dark Souls 3 isn't on PS3? Okay. Okay, it didn't seem to work earlier. Let's try this again. Shout out to our friend Markysaur. Maybe our bot is sleeping. There we go. It woke up. It was summoned. Yes, Markysaur is another streamer friend of ours. Check him out. He has just finished Dark Souls 2. And he's been working his way through the early bits of Dark Souls 3. I will be catching some of the VODs, hopefully, if they're still up by the time I make my way through more of Dark Souls 3. Yeah. He's on the Souls journey just like I am. Check out his channel. Behold the enigmatic Markysaur, conjurer of digital realms. With a wave of their wand, they delve into the depths of Dark Souls 3, embracing a slow and immersive journey free from spoilers and guides. Their spellbinding saga continues through the lands of Dark Souls 2, wielding Dex hex magic with poise. And for an interlude, they summon the spirits of retro PC Dawsember for a nostalgic fumble with true hardware. Voila, a spectacle of patience and exploration awaits. You are welcome, Marcus, or you're welcome. Scormedic says, this was my first Souls game. Oh, your first Souls game is always a special one. For me, it was Demon Souls, the original 2009 PlayStation 3 release of Demon Souls. Scormedic says, first one I actually played through. I tried Dark Souls 1, but struggled. Then a few years later, jumped into Dark Souls 3 just after one of the DLCs came out, I think. So this one holds an extremely special place in my heart. LOL. Aww. That's cool. I'm glad I get to enjoy this and you can relive some of those memories, some of those first experiences that you had through my eyes, seeing them for the first time. Scormiduck is another streamer friend of ours. Check out her channel. There we are. Behold, in the realm of pixels and potions, a happy little duck named Squirmy Duck emerges, waddling through the treacherous lands of Dark Souls 2 with a quack and a smile. With their trusty PS4 and PS5 at their side, they cast spells of chill vibes, and prepare to die challenges. Alas, the archives are as empty as a magician's hat with no rabbit. No past broadcast to resummon. Stay tuned for when they next appear in a puff of smoke and gaming glory. Scrimmedic says, I absolutely love watching people play through games for the first time. Me too. Marcus, our stream was fun last night too. And thanks for the shout out, of course, Scrimmedic, of course. Okay, so our character's name. I'm tempted. Usually I just name all of my characters Orfeo, except for my Magician and Demon Souls, because there was just something weird going on with the soft keyboard in PS3. Like, I literally couldn't see it, so I just typed in random stuff. But at heart, his name is Orfeo. I have kind of two thoughts on what to name our character. We can either call him Orfeo, or I could call him... What was the other name I was thinking of? Perry. No, wait. Yeah, I could call him Perry. Because I'm going to be using a mace as my main weapon. And I'll probably start with a shield. So it'd be like a pun. Since he's wearing a mace, he'd be Perry Mace on, as in Perry Mason. The detective lawyer guy. Nah, it's fine. We'll just go with Orfeo. Orfeo is reborn in the realm of PS3. I said PS3. Dark Souls 3, sorry. Fritz Sauerkraut. One of the characters has to be named Carlos. Carlos. I feel like I want to save that for a fencer build. Orfeo, Perry, or Fritz. You want to parry in Dark Souls 3? No, I never want to parry. It would just be a funny name. Scrimmage says, I always default my character's name to Red in games, going back to my Pokemon 90s roots, lol. Oh, that's cool, you play Pokemon. Except for my Dark Souls streams, my characters are called Squirmith Duck, lol. Very cool, very cool. I played Pokemon when I was younger as well. I started with Yellow. I never beat it, though. I got to the Final Four, and then my cousin came down from Georgia, and she wanted to play. So I'm like, yeah, okay, just don't save over my game. She's like, okay. And then she saved over my game, so I lost all my progress. And I didn't play for a while after that. But I slowly rebuilt my entire roster, got back to the final bosses, was about to try to beat him again. 2 years had passed. She came back down from Georgia, wanted to play. She said, let me try it again. Don't worry, I have my own Game Boy at home. I just left it there. I play Pokemon. I know what to do. I will not erase your save file this time. I said, okay. She overrode it again. I never went back. You'd be so salty at that, cousin. Pokemon is your favorite all-time games, yeah. It was a great experience, though. I never got to beat it, but I really did enjoy playing it. Okay, gender male. I love how shiny the knight armor is. I love the cosmetics of Souls games. They just keep getting better and better. Age, young. I mean, I can't see him anyway. Can I change this so I can actually see what my character looks like? There we go. He's not going to be deprived. We'll just put deprived on for now. I want to see how his appearance changes with age. Age only affects appearance and has no bearing on ability. Okay. Young. Mature. Aged. Let's make him mature. Oh, they give his skin like more wrinkles and more lines in the neck. Okay, that's what's going on. Alright, and more lines around his knees. Okay. Class. Deprived. Naked and of unknown origin. Either an unfathomable fool in life, or was stripped of possessions upon burial. Aw. That sounds interesting, though. That makes it sound like... See, that comes off different to me than Dark Souls 1 or Dark Souls 2. In Dark Souls 1 or Dark Souls 2, it sounds like when a person gets hit with the curse, they slowly start to turn. Like maybe they died, but then they got up and like... I don't know, I imagine the first time someone dies and falls to the curse, it's not like it's almost instantaneous when they wake up. Or maybe they don't even die, maybe they just start getting the curse, and it just starts eating away at them little by little. But apparently, if this is the case, then they live a normal life and they die, and then the curse like sets in, and then they get up. So that's interesting. They could have had time to be buried, be lowered down into the ground, and then all of a sudden they wake up in a coffin and dig themselves out. That's dark. But then this is Dark Souls, so I guess that kind of works. Tukitsune is here. Hello, Tukitsune. How are you doing? Marcusor says, I've parried a bit. It's awesome. Better than Dark Souls 2 without ugly wait for animation complete, just like in Dark Souls 1. Shin says, okay guys, we will not be starting the official gameplay of Dark Souls 3 for another 25 minutes. We'll see. Marcusor says, I should practice it more with some peasants next time. Deprived is the only true way to play Souls games. The real man's playthrough. I'm not doing it. In a future Souls game, I would like to do it, though. Like, when I feel like I have exhausted every normal class a Souls game throws at you, like Knight, Mercenary, Warrior, whatever, and then all of the hybrid classes that I want to create for myself, like the Witcher class and the Hunter class, when the only class basically left to play through is Deprived, I'll play as Deprived. I think playing as Deprived would be pretty cool, because you literally have to, like, you get to wear everything. Like, in a lot of Souls games, it seems like if you choose Knight, you're probably not going to find better armor for a decent chunk of the game. But if you're playing as Deprived, pretty much the first piece of armor you find is going to be better than what you have, because you have nothing. So I kind of like that. Alright, let's keep going here. Knight. An obscure knight of poor renown, who collapsed roaming the land. Sturdy, owing to high vitality and stout armor. It's very pretty, too. I like the design on the wooden shield. Or maybe it's just like rusted metal. Mercenary. A mercenary and veteran of the battlefield. High dexterity allows masterful wielding of dual scimitars. Ooh. So he's like the swordsman class from Dark Souls 2. Okay. Deprived lives for the tattered rags drops. Yeah. Then you'll play Sekiro. After this is going to be Bloodborne. Marcusor says, I considered Deprived, but chose Thief for equipment, bow, and dex weapon, because I don't want too harsh of a start. Understandable, understandable. Tukitsune says, I like to play Assassin, with a bow to be my second weapon. Yes, I will be playing as an assassin-type character in Elden Ring. That is my goal. The Warrior. Descendant of northern warriors famed for their brawn, utilizes high strength to wield a heavy battle axe. Cool, cool. I like how you can see, like, I don't know if you can see it on your stream, but it's like I can almost see the individual, like, rivets of his armor and the detail of his helm. So cool. And you can see like the just different smears of dirt on his boots. All right, Herald. A former herald who journeyed to finish a quest undertaken, wields a sturdy spear and employs a gentle restorative miracle. Interesting. Okay. Thief. A common thief and pitiful deserter. Marcusor, you're a pitiful deserter? It's not true. Wields a dagger intended for backstabs alongside a military-issue bow. Assassin. Ooh. An assassin who stalks their prey from the shadows. Favors sorceries in addition to thrusting swords. Okay. Ooh, I like the drip of the sorcerer. That looks so cool. A loner who left formal academia to pursue further research. Commands soul sorceries using high intelligence. Very cool. Squirmy Duck says, oh, Bloodborne. Less familiar with that, though. I have platinum that one as well. I had an extremely stressful Orphan of Kos fight in that game that I still have nightmares about, lol. Congrats on the platinum. Squirmy Duck. Marcusor says, I fear Dark Souls 3 will break me, though, having done all bosses in Dark Souls 2. I'm a feeble, cursed one, and I hope the magnificence of thy spells will not deter me. You'll make it, Marcusor, you'll make it. Pyromancer. A pyromancer from a remote region who manipulates flame. Also an adept close combat warrior who wields a hand axe. And finally, our character class of choice, the Cleric. I feel like he's dressed much more simply in this game than he was in Dark Souls 2. In Dark Souls 2, he had the really pretty, bright white Archdrake armor, and this one's just like a blue tunic. A traveling cleric who collapsed from exhaustion channels high faith to cast many and varied miracles. Let's do it. Alright, a burial gift. Oh, so instead of starting gift, they called it a burial gift, like you're buried with this thing in your coffin, you wake up and that's what you use. That's interesting. What stats do we have from this? So we start at Soul level 7, Vigor is 10, Attunement 14, Endurance 9, Vitality 7, Strength 12, Dexterity 8, Intelligence 7, Faith 16, Luck 13. Okay. Alright, what do we got for gifts? None. No sign of a burial gift or otherwise. Aw. Life Ring. Ring set with a small red jewel. Raises maximum HP. Well, so far that's winning between the two options. Divine Blessing. Warm, blessed holy water. Fully restores HP and cures ailments. I'll definitely want to collect more of those, especially once I get into the New Game Plus cycles to use against bosses. Not right now, though. Hidden Blessing. Pure, blessed holy water. Fully restores FP. I don't know what FP is. Whenever I see FP, I think Freeport from EverQuest. Tukitsuna says, and the cool thing that I noticed, the steps in Dark Souls 2, your steps sound like boots on every surface, even with your bare feet. Interesting, I hadn't noticed that. Marcusor says, you looked up the Cleric class? Is it OP? I did not look up the Cleric class. Squirmy says, chat maybe. Is the life ring in this game that you have to get for the plat? Or was that for a different game? Oh. No, I have decided that I want to play as a different class in every Souls game. And so my 3 favorite classes in RPGs in general are, in order, Arcane Magic User. Whichever Arcane Magic User is the strongest with elemental magic. Typically it's the Wizard, sometimes it's a Sorcerer. So in Demon Souls I chose the Magician. I could have chosen Royalty, but I like the idea of, like, the Magician isn't like someone who is gifted with everything, like a member of Royalty. The Magician was just someone who was just, he was on the street and he just really had this passion for magic and this thirst for knowledge, and so he struggled and he practiced and he got better and he was able to learn how to cast magic. I like the sort of the underdog foundation story of the class, and so I chose that one. My second favorite RPG class is the Paladin. Now, there's no Paladin class in Dark Souls 1. There is in Demon Souls. It's called the Temple Knight. But I made it work. I sort of created a hybrid class. I chose the Knight class in Dark Souls 1, and I invested points into Faith to allow my Knight to use miracles. And so, in a sense, I created a Paladin. And so, I want to say the balance between melee and magic was probably more like 80%, maybe 85% melee use and like 15% miracles or 20% miracle use. And I mained a bladed weapon. My third favorite class is Cleric, and I was going to use that for Dark Souls 2. But I saw that there was an Explorer class in Dark Souls 2, and that's kind of what led me down a rabbit hole of, well, that's cool, there's an Explorer in Dark Souls 2, that made me think of Indiana Jones, that makes me think of Whips. And Whips brings me back around to Castlevania. We had previously talked when we were playing Castlevania how cool it would be if we just plucked a hero out of Castlevania, threw him into the world of Souls. Could he survive? Could he make it? And I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's go Castlevania instead in Dark Souls 2. And so that's when we developed sort of our Castlevania-inspired Beastmaster, I like to call him, that used whips and throwables. And that was a lot of fun. So that means that the Cleric build got pushed into this game. So here we are, my third favorite stereotypical RPG class, the Cleric. I will only be using blunt weaponry. And I imagine once I have more miracles, because I'm imagining I probably don't start with anything except for maybe like the heal miracle in this game. It'll probably balance out to be maybe 50 to 60% melee and maybe 40 to 50% miracle use. So he'll be more of a mage than the Paladin was. Okay. Black Firebomb. Firebomb charged with a special black powder, an uncouth gift for the departed. No. Fire Gem. Material used to upgrade fire weapons. More appropriate for a warrior than petty trinkets. No. Sovereignless Soul. The sovereignless soul of one who slept beside you, used to acquire many souls. Oh, so you just like... Interesting. So you might just start the game, break the soul, and level up as soon as you start the game. That's interesting. Rusted Gold Coin. Burial item for good fortune after death. Greatly increases item discovery for a short while. Oh, so this is just like the standard rusted coin from Dark Souls 2. Nah. Cracked Red Eye Orb. Online play item. One use only. Become a dark spirit and invade another world. No. Young White Branch. Branch of a young white birch, perhaps an offering of peace. Can be used to blend into the environment, but only once. Oh, so this is like the Silver Talisman from Dark Souls 2. Okay. I'll choose Life Ring. More HP is always good. It's an item I can continue to wear. It's not a consumable. So, we'll stick with that one. Let's see. Marcusor says, but you've played Cleric in Dark Souls 1 yet? No, not exactly. What weapons will you limit, or rather, penance to this Dark Souls 3 run? Yeah, there you go. Only hammers, or only blunt weapons, I should say that. And items with which to cast miracles. I'll also be using a shield. I'll probably only be using a shield, though, until I can acquire more offensive miracles. And then I'll probably just do away with the shield. Alright, face presets. Let's see here. Commoner. The oh-so-plain face of a commoner. Everyone has imperfections, but a commoner without flaws is a rare creature indeed. Northern Warrior. The face of a warrior, as if hewn from rock. It's been long whispered in jest, Northerners are born weathered and old. Astora Noble. Ooh, if I were doing the paladin build, this is what I would choose. The features of a true blue blood. Blue of eye and fair of hair. A little reminder of Astora's former glory. Oscar of Astora, who we met in Dark Souls 1, was an elite knight, and he wielded Astora's straight sword, which was imbued with the divine element. So if I were going paladin in this game, I would choose Astora. Dragon Academy student. Intelligent face with fine lines, often ribbed for looking like apprentice. No. Karim, what? What happened to his eyes? Karim Novice. Oh, that's his brow is greatly extended. The face of a cheerless cleric of Karim. Novice is used as something of a derogatory term for men of the cloth. We're probably going to choose that one. Katarina Merrymaker. The large eyes and mouth give this face a look of jubilation. From Katarina, known for its zest for life and love of drink. Oh. That explains how cheery the Onion Knight guy was. He always seemed to be in a good mood. Serpentine Traveler. It looks like he has serpentine eyes, too. An uncommon face defined by its narrow eyes and thin lips. Some praise it as the visage of a true dragon. Interesting. Great Swamp Outcast. A uniquely deformed face. Or perhaps merely ugly. Oh, that's kind of mean. Excuse me. Prejudice births malcontents, and malcontents swarm to the Great Swamp. I would choose that if I was building a pyromancer. Londor Shadow of Death. A lifeless face, almost that of a hollow. Londor is a realm of those hollow and old. Ooh, Irathilian. The features of the old gods, as if from legend. They say children born like this are fated to be taken to the Boreal Valley. I like the white hue, like the white glow of the skin, because it comes off with like an air of divinity. And so like that's tempting. It's either that or the Karim Novice. I'll leave it up to chat. What do you say, chat? Karim Novice or Irathilian? Fusion says you should make one of your characters super ugly with a bright color skin like pink, green, or blue. I think I probably will do that for one Souls game. But it will probably be to try to like match a class or match a potential covenant. Like if I knew from the beginning of the game that a Souls game had the Dragon Covenant in it, and I knew that really despite my class, I really wanted to be like a dragon. Like in Dark Souls 1, I think in Dark Souls 2, probably in Dark Souls 3, and I don't know how many other Souls games, you can actually go through the process of like sort of becoming a dragon. Like if I knew that's the path I want to take my character down at the very beginning of the game, I would make my skin green. So that it would look like he's on the path to being a dragon already. Scrimminick says, go with the Irathilian. Marcusor agrees. I don't think it should match. He's just beyond ugly to look at. Aw. Alright. Chat has chosen. Irathilian it is. Build. Oh, wow, he is bleach white there. Okay. What is our build? Standard average build. Slim. Very slim. Burly. Very burly. Burly upper body. Burly lower body. Oh, that's a man right there who's never missed leg day. Small head. Why would they do that to his head, small head? Large head. Oh boy. There you go. That's that's perfect right there, the large head. Give enemies a bigger crit spot. Scormidix says, reminds me of my skin color. Hasn't seen the sun in 50 years. Really? Hmm. No. Let's see. I'm trying to role-play our character here. What would a cleric, a stereotypical cleric, look like from, like, D&D? Either maybe someone who's very slim, very frail. I mean, you could say maybe the same as for, no. That might be more a build for a true spellcaster, like a sorcerer. Maybe someone who's burly upper body? Well, no, he wouldn't be that strong, though. Like, he is using a mace, so he has to have some strength to him. You get sunburned? Hmm. So I'm like, how? Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see, let's see. I'm not going to go by process of elimination. I'm not going to do the head thing. I'm not going to do burly lower body. I feel like burly upper body would be what you would choose for a warrior. I could see very burly I feel like could be a warrior or a knight. Well, burly's probably like, okay. No. I think I'm gonna go with slim. He's not gonna be very slim like an arcane caster. He's gonna have some muscle to him. But he is going to be like a sort of like a penitent monk. Okay. Appearance. What's appearance? We've done this already, though. Oh, I can choose a voice? Can I sample the voice? I can sample the voice. Young voice. Okay. Mature? They never had this feature in Dark Souls 1 or Dark Souls 2. It's all just painful groans. It's no, hello, how are you doing? Where might I be traveling to next? And no, it's just, I mean, I gave him a mature age, I'll give him a mature voice. Physique, musculature, it can stay that way. Body hair, standard. Build detail, I'm not going to get into that, that's fine. Base skin color, that's fine. Skin color, what? There's two different kinds of skin color? Oh, you can fine tune it. No, that's fine. Face detail. Features, face shape, hair, facial hair. Oh, facial hair. Okay. Hair. Alright, what kind of hair can I give him? Ooh, do I want to make him bald? A bald cleric? That could be interesting. That's an extremely private sample of voice. Age fits me best, thanks, Marcusor. Chest hair grows at new game plus 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 upwards. I'm assuming that's a troll. That would be kind of cool if that was real, though. Oh, poor fellow. Oh, that looks a little like Patches right there. From Dark Souls 1. Oh, the bowl cut. There's your stereotypical cleric cut from Dark Souls 1. I might go that one. Oh, there's a lot of hairstyles here. That one's interesting, too. Wow, there's a lot of hairstyles. Okay. So, it's between... this one? Oh, I can rotate. It's between that one. Okay. Okay, I guess that's gonna be the one. Where is it? There, okay. I'm gonna choose a different hair color, though. What do we got? Wow, you really got a lot of freedom here. Like the RGB values. Having to do a receding hairline cleric? We did a receding hairline paladin in Dark Souls 1. Trustworthy Patches, yep. All the strength he uses to hold a hammer has caused stress, therefore loss of hair. 28 minutes left for character creation, oh boy. There, we got black. We have shades of gray. They gave us shades of gray, but they never give us like a true white. That wouldn't make his hair white anyway. Maybe if I was trying to recreate Gandalf, I would. We have orange, blonde, and that's it. Okay. I don't feel like I'm happy with any of these presets, so I think I'm gonna go creative here. Let's see. There's no way to do this faster? I guess there's no way to do that. I don't want to give him red hair anyway. I just want to like quickly max it out to see like bright glowing red hair for fun. What color do I imagine his hair being? Brown. I want him to have brown hair. I guess there's already a brown preset. None of these look brown to me though. Like these all just look like black to me. What are the RGB values for brown? I'm guessing red is involved. And maybe green? Four and a half hours left for tutorial area. You won't see his hair anyways? Well, I mean, I might, like... Later on, I might find something like a crown like I did in Dark Souls 2 to wear. And I think I also wore a crown in Dark Souls 1. That's interesting, I didn't think about that. Other than Demon Souls, where you couldn't even see my face at the end because I was wearing basically the Xanthus crown. But at the end of Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2, I wore crowns. And I guess you could include Demon Souls in that because it was called the Xanthus crown. So I've actually worn a crown true endgame for all of my characters. So I might wind up wearing a crown for him. Like red 100%, green and blue 50%? Alright, let's try that. Indy's here. Hello, Indy. How are you doing? The big head wrap? Yes, the big head wrap was in Demon Souls. What rules are you using this game? This game, we are going to try to balance out our build between melee and miracles. It will, especially at the beginning, probably skew a bit more towards melee, and once we get more offensive miracles, we'll become more of a caster. We will also be limiting ourselves to blunt weaponry, like a stereotypical cleric from like D&D. And yeah, that's about it. And using an item with which to cast miracles. Oh, press R1. Oh, changed by 10. I see, I see. Thank you, Squirmy Duck. Only hammers. Archer only? Eventually, I'll be doing a hunter build. It won't be, It won't be, archer only, though. It'll be, Oh, that's nice. I can just hold it down. It will be, hunter and hunter. It'll be, bow and hand axe. Okay, this I'm liking. Alright, I drop blue. And then I can have red and green. Well, that starts to get blonde now. I don't want that. What if I lower this more? Then it starts to get red. Okay, I like it like right about there, but I don't want it to be that bright. I want it to be almost like a dusty brown. Let's do 1, 2, 3. Ooh. I just have to lower red. I don't have to lower both red and green. Like, I want him to have, like, a common hair color. I don't want his hair color to come off, like, anything too special. Okay, I think that works. I like that. Well, I probably have to do this again, don't I? Let me write... I'm not going to remember these. Let me write... Actually, let me just type them in the chat. Okay. Red is 215. Green is 140. Blue is 0. Okay. Marcus asks, this run you will use bow and axe too? No, not in this game. In a future Souls game, I don't know when that will be. But in one Souls game, I would like to do a hunter build. Like a hunter hybrid class where I just use hand axes and bows and arrows. I think that would be fun. Don't know your RGB as well as you used to. It's fine, Tasach. It's fine. I like this one. From the color square, it looks like it's orange. But when I look at his hair, to me, it looks brown. So that's fine. Okay. Nope. What? Wow, I'm glad I wrote those values down. Okay, 215. I didn't put them in the channel, but I did write them down. Green is 140. And then 0 for blue. There we go. Do I hit... Oh, I have to hit X. I see, I see. Okay. Brow. Okay, yeah. I don't remember hitting X on the hairstyle, but... Okay, whatever. Brow. Let's see. I feel like for... I was gonna say for a cleric, I kind of want him to have some bushy brows, but not that big. Ooh, the unibrow. Should we have a unibrow cleric? Hmm. Tukitsuna says, I love the hand axe and bow. What will you hunt? I will hunt competition. No brows, he's stressed. Has to have no hair somewhere. I don't think his body has any hair. He has no body hair. His brows went into his hairline. Aww. The hunt is on. Ratika's here. Hello, Ratika. How are you doing? Yes, unibrow. People's eyebrow. One up, one down. I don't think that's an option. Alright. We'll do the Cleric unibrow. Brow color. We're going to match the RGB values. 215. And then 140. And 0. There we go. Should we give him a beard? Do clerics have beards? That makes me think rogue or warrior. That's definitely warrior. Knight? I could see a cleric with that hairstyle, that beard style. That makes me think smith or merchant. Knight. Rogue. Warrior. Soldier. Warrior. Knight. Ooh, I like this one. I like this one a lot. There we go. Beard color. Give him long chops. There you go. Oh, Tisachi. What was it again? 215. And green was 140. And blue is 0. Okay. Eyelashes. Really? It gets that specific? Do you even... Can I even see my eyelashes? I mean, I guess I can. Wow. Okay. He must have no lashes. No lashes. They fell out from stress. He's lost them all in battle. Maybe he had a friend that was a pyromancer and they got singed off by trying to look at a spell his friend tried to show him. Alright, no lashes. I think I might still have, like, technically some lashes. It's just, like, super hard to see. So I'm just going to give him the same values anyway. 215. And 140. Even though I can't see the changes. And okay. Alright, I'm liking this. This is our cleric. Orfeo the Cleric. Pupils. Oh, that's scary. You can go from, like, normal pupils to, like, white to, like, solid black. Huh. Whiplash. No eyeliner. His left eyelashes fell out from stress. His right eyelashes fell out in battle. How about white? Oh, I can actually rotate his face, like, up and down, not just left and right. Oh, that's cool. I like that. I like that in the character creator. His pupils must be big. That's the biggest we got right there. Large and white. Color of pupils. Didn't we already select the color of the pupils? We did. What if we go... No, not yellow. Ah, Blue Pill is here. Hello, Blue Pill. How are you doing? Hello there. How did the New Game Plus and New Game Plus Plus go? Also, what's the plan for Dark Souls 3? New Game Plus and New Game Plus Plus went very well. We had Jans, who's here in the chat, join us in-game. And we did it. We got the Platinum Trophy for Dark Souls 2. We completed all achievements. And we beat every boss in the game at least twice. We did skip the DLCs for our New Game Plus playthrough. But we did play through the DLC again in New Game Plus Plus. And really enjoyed it. And the plan here for Dark Souls 3 is to create our character. We're going for a Cleric build. It's going to be 50 to 60% melee, 40 to 50% miracle usage. That's what I'm thinking. We're only going to use blunt weaponry and miracles. That's it. So, yes, looking forward to it. We are here, finally. Okay. What do you think? Should his pupils be bright white? Or should he just have, like, the default large white? Like the more see-through white. Glad to hear the Dark Souls 2 playthrough went well. Yes, it was a lot of fun. White? Let's do white. Right pupil. Right pupil. Wow, they give you... You can actually have yourself have, like, 2 different color eyes. That's a level of detail I was not expecting. Interesting. Okay. Cosmetics. What do they mean by cosmetics? Tone around eyes. Oh, I'm not going to get into this. This is too much for me. Tattoo or mark? Oh, it puts it on the forehead by default. Do I want a tattoo? I've never had a tattoo on my characters. I wish you could put it like... Yeah. Like, at least just to look at it, I would like it... Wait, where is it by default? By default, it's at 185. Okay, let me type that in, because I'm not going to remember that. I just want to see what they look like. Okay. So this might put it, like, on his neck now. Not that I would necessarily want a tattoo on the neck, but at least I want to see, like, the whole thing. Okay. Oh, it's on his nose now. That's funny. Well, for the purposes of just looking at the tattoo, I can leave it there for now. No, I'm not satisfied with that. I do actually want to see what it looks like on his neck. If I can even put it down that far. Oh, can I do... Oh, I can L1 it. Okay. Oh, wait, okay. Huh. So I can put it on his chin, on his lips, on his nose. That's kind of funny. Or on his forehead, but I can't put it anywhere else. Oh. Well, I can probably put it on his cheek, though. I wish you could put it, like, on your neck. Granted, that's probably going to be covered up most of the time with armor. But, I mean, it'd be cool. What does angle mean? Rotate? Oh. That's cool. I like that. And you can make it smaller or larger. Ooh. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Swirls. No. That's tempting. No. Eh. That I would definitely have him wear if he was going to go Dragon Covenant. If he's going to be a Pyromancer, I could see that. The Phoenix. Worm. I don't know what that is. Ooh, a horse. Ponyta. I don't know what that is. Looks like a warrior's sword. Ooh, a scar. These are pretty cool. I think I might give my character a tattoo this time. I've never done that before. That's a really odd tattoo. And I know some of these are probably designed to be put, like, around the frame of the face. Or maybe, like, beneath both eyes. Oh, that's cool. Praise the sun. Is that writing? That is writing. Interesting. You have a whole little story right there. The One Ring. Let me get back to stream chat here. Marcusor says Hell's Angels tattoo. Yeah, a Hell's Angels tattoo for a cleric. He could be a bad boy cleric. He'll smash in your head with his mace, and then he'll cure you with a miracle. And then do it again. Oh, another good Souls-like to play is Code Vein. Its nickname is Anime Souls. Interesting, interesting. We might get into that. 2 scars over his eye, that he can tell the story of how he lost his eyelashes. Marcusor says, I can recommend Lords of the Fallen. Scribetic says, I got Lords of the Fallen for my birthday in December and haven't yet played it, but I'm looking forward to it. Interesting, interesting. It's very well made, beautiful, and atmospheric. And it's difficult on some levels, I see. Oh, thank you for gifting Squirmy Duck with a subscription, Ratika. Thank you, I appreciate that, Ratika. And congratulations, Squirmy Duck, on the sub. Yeah, Chaotic Evil Cleric. So far, there's 2 tattoos I'm interested in. Ooh, the Black Spot. Like from the Pirates. The Days of Pirates. Okay. So the 2 that I'm interested in are either this one, because it looks like a story, like a short story. Excuse me. And it said that miracles are stories of the gods. And so it could be seen as appropriate that maybe like one of those stories is like inscribed on his face. So there's one possibility. The other one I liked was this one. This one to me looks like, or it reminds me of the Great Tree. The tree from Dark Souls 1 that sits right above the kiln, that I think extends down in through the Demon Ruins. So like the top are the branches coming out of the tree and the bottom are the roots of the tree, and it looks like it just like goes around in on itself. Like I like the way that looks as a symbol. But I could also see the story being appropriate. Ratika being the cool guy here. I think I'll go with the story. Maybe it's a prayer. Could be. Tattoo color. That's black? To me, that looks like the same color as his hair. I mean, if they say it's black, okay. I wouldn't really imagine it having a color. I guess that's good. We'll leave it there. Maybe pull it a bit back towards his hair. I feel like maybe he was branded with this tail on his face. Like maybe that was part of his initiation into his order of clerics. To get like a divine prayer stamped on his cheek. Okay. Alright. Save to favorites? Okay. Save preset settings as a favorite. Sure, why not? Oh, I guess that's like if you create multiple characters, you can just select a loadout without having to like do this all over again. Okay, that's interesting. Alright, there's our cleric. Let me zoom in. I like it. I like it. Like it a lot. It's faded. They don't have tattoo guns like we have. Oh, yeah. It just gets branded on. They dip a needle in crushed up ash and jam it into your skin these days. Chaz did an excellent job of building the backstory of this character as well. They have. The People's Cleric. 2 minutes left, you're just in time. We are finally getting into gameplay an hour after I mentioned 25 minutes. Oh my goodness, it has been like an hour and a half, just about. Okay, we're done. We're done. Can I go, like... No, I can't. I want to just, like, go and examine the stats, but that's fine. Alright, finalize creation. Okay to start game with this character? Yes. I think this is the longest period of time I've ever spent in the character creator. With each Souls game, like, I spend more and more time in it, but with each Souls game, the character creator gets more and more in depth. Oh, we're rising from our grave? Cemetery of Ash. Ooh. I think this is us in human form, but even in human form, we look kind of hollow. That is pretty cool. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Equipment? Sure. What's our equipment? Wow, this is a really detailed menu. Okay, so we have no headgear yet. We can wear 4 rings, just like we can in Dark Souls 2. Oh, and look at that! The ring is already equipped. That's pretty cool. I know in other Souls games, when you chose, like, a ring as your starting gift, it was not equipped by default. You had to go into the menu and equip it. We already have an Estus with 3 charges. Nice, okay. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, we're already going to start changing stuff. Okay. There we go. Let's see here. Mace. Hammer. FP cost... FP costs 9? Maybe FP stands for stamina? Nope. How do I find out? Nope. Wait. Oh, it doesn't matter what button I press. Whether I press the touchpad or whether I press... Oh, it's the left touchpad that gives your emotes. Okay. So right touchpad or start button brings up this menu. Okay, equipment, inventory, status. Okay, this is our tool belt, the dark sign, the black separation crystal, the way of white circlet. I don't know what that is. Nope. Status, system. Okay. What's that? Message. Inventory. Estus flask. Filled with Estus at bonfire. Restores HP. 3 held. Can I get, like, any backstory? Show item info. Okay, there we go. The undead treasure these dull green flasks. Filled with Estus at bonfires, and drink to restore HP. The journey of an undead has always traced the bonfires, and no journey of import has been made without an Estus flask. Except in Demon Souls. The Dark Sign. The Dark Sign is the sign of an accursed undead. The Dark Sign returns its bearer to the last bonfire rested at, or the bonfire at Firelink Shrine. Oh, we have Firelink Shrine. It's back from Dark Souls 1. But at the cost of all souls held. Carriers of the Dark Sign are reborn after death, and eventually lose their minds, turning hollow. And so it is they are driven from their homelands. Aw. Black Separation Crystal. A charm of farewell granted to banished undead. The crystal sends phantoms back to their homes, or you back to yours. Beware of fickle use of this item if you intend to nurture relations. The Way of White Circlet. Online play item. Restore the connection to other worlds. Those who engage in unjust deeds when in contact with other worlds will lose their connection to them. Way of White Circlets assume such sin as their own, but are found few and far between. Acting without honor will never be without risk. I wonder if I have this item because I started as a cleric, or do all characters get this? Let me scroll back up here. Fusion says, just wait until Elden Ring. He's going to spend the whole stream doing his character. Time starts now. There's people in real life spending more time before the mirror. 20 minutes tops for tutorial. Hour and a half gameplay starts. We'll see how long it takes to do the tutorial area. Does he have background noise going on when he talks? Like a bzzz? Do I? There's like a little interferation in the mic. Ta-da, the return of MP from Demon Souls. Oh, interesting. Maybe PlayStation fan? I don't know, it's supposed to be filtering out the noise. Let me see. Let me hear. Oh, it might be. It might be. The fan is spinning. Hopefully it's not too loud. FP might be magic. Focus points, I'd name them. Okay. F magic point I call. Fine for you. Way of White Circlet. All characters get this. Okay. This is the equivalent of the Bone of Order in Dark Souls 2. Okay. Which we never used. Used to restore your ability to co-op if you've been penalized for disconnecting from an invasion in your world. Oh. That's how you know the PS4 is ancient. Has to turn on the fans for this game. They're not only used for magic. No. Okay, no materials. I'm guessing that's like our ore. No key items yet. Oh, we have 2 miracles. Nice. We have force already. Ooh. The force is with us. Elementary miracle among clerics. Creates a shockwave. While it inflicts no direct damage, this miracle propels foes back, staggering them. Can also defend against incoming arrows. Ooh, that's cool. Okay. So unlike a rogue, who is quick and can dodge projectiles, we have force. So, as they say in the Matrix, we don't have to be fast enough to dodge projectiles. When the time comes, we won't have to. We'll just raise our hand and the arrows will fly away. What else do we have? Heal, of course. Elementary miracle cast by clerics. Restores HP for self and those in the vicinity. Oh, that's cool. See, now that's more of a cleric ability. I mean, in Dark Souls 1, I think there was some miracles you could use to heal other people. But most of the heal spells were just for you. But the default heal for the cleric can heal other people as well. That is neat. I wonder if this can be used to heal, like, helpful NPCs, which I'm not going to use in my first playthrough. But in future playthroughs, like, I'll probably have to, like, summon phantoms just like you do in Dark Souls 2 for their quest lines. And I wonder if that'll heal them as well. To use miracles, equip a talisman or sacred chime and attune a miracle at a bonfire. Talismans are back. Okay. In Dark Souls 2, talismans were replaced by sacred chimes. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Mace. Iron hammer designed for use in battle. A common weapon for clerics. This bladeless strike weapon is effective against most foes and can break the guard of a shield. Nice. Skill, perseverance. What? Assume an unfaltering stance of prayer to temporarily boost poise. Damage reduced while activated. The standard mace has a weapon skill? How does that even work? R2? Also, looks like we have an ad starting soon, I think. During the ad break, which should be about 3 minutes, I'll go get myself some more coffee, because I'm pretty much out, and I'll use the restroom. I'll be back. We'll keep going through our inventory, and we'll begin playing through the tutorial. I'll learn in the tutorial? Okay. Absolutely can be used to heal him. Very cool, very cool. Alright. Ad is in progress. So let me pop off to the restroom, refill my coffee cup, and we will be back with more Dark Souls 3. BRB? Okay, we're back. Thank you for your patience. Let's see here. Oh, I'll learn about the skill in the tutorial. Gotcha. Pop off to poop off. Actually, I did, Marky, so I did. Yes, I am sorry for the lengthy away. Cheers, everyone. Coffee can sometimes have that effect on me, but it is so tasty. A few of that. Alrighty. Okay. Perseverance. Assume an unfaltering stance of prayer to temporarily boost poise. Interesting. Damage reduced while activated. We have no ranged weaponry. Cleric Sacred Chime. Sacred Chime for casting miracles of the gods. Chimes such as these are often given to clerics who become undead. Equip a talisman or a sacred chime to cast miracles. Miracles must be attuned at a bonfire before use. Skill, Gentle Prayer. Recovers HP for a period of time, albeit extremely slowly. Works while equipped in either hand. Ooh, what does that mean? Like, if I just hold the chime, like, it'll always have health regen? Like, even if it's super slow, that still seems pretty good. Blue Wooden Shield. Oh, this was from Dark Souls 2. A wooden shield painted bright blue, the symbol of clerics who have become undead. I didn't know that. Close to a small shield in size. Wooden shields are light, manageable, and offer relatively high magic absorption. Interesting. Skill, Parry. Repel an attack at the right time to follow up with a critical hit. Works while equipped in either hand. Okay. No helm. Cleric Blue Robe. It looks prettier here than on my character. Garb worn by a cleric turned undead. Unmistakable vibrant blue robes. It is said that the blue-robed travelers were entrusted with a duty. They bore large covers onto their backs to ensure that they would not become seedbeds for spreading darkness. Cleric Gloves. Gloves worn by a cleric turned undead. Typical attire for blue-robed travelers. It is said that they were entrusted with a duty, still its nature is yet to be revealed. Cleric Trousers. Typical trouser, or trousers worn by a cleric turned undead. Typical attire for blue-robed travelers. No arrows. One ring, the life ring. A generations-old ring set with a small red jewel. Raises maximum HP. Rings have unique powers, and their discovery will do much to ease a wearisome journey. Ah, there are covenants. Covenants make a return in Dark Souls 3. And you can view them from a menu now. Ah, no more sweet Shalqua. Okay. So then, how do I unequip things on the belt? Go down. Okay. No, no, no. Switch. What? Yeah, I want Estus. There we go. Okay. What? Where's my Estus? Equipment. arrows, weapons, right and left hand. Okay. Armor, rings. Oh, that's your covenant. Aw, so no more torch time? No more torch time. Quick items. Oh, quick items. Okay, okay. That's how you do it. I see, I see. Okay. Nope. I want to go back to stats. Wait, how do I go to stats? Okay, that's how I go to stats. Now... Nope. I'm trying to see what all the stats do. I want to see if there's any, like... You can't get help with stats? R3 simple? No. Oh... So you can't have explanations read to you about what each stat does? Maybe you can when you start to level up. Maybe that's what it is. Let's see. Marcusaur says, interesting, how was it? Like our character's hair color? About that color, yes. Health regen, healing, force. He did his research homework, chosen the most OP class again. No. Covenants make a mad return? Interesting. This is not your belt. Hotbar and belt are separate. Okay. It's another quick menu. You have the belt and the start belt. So put items for battle on your belt like normal, and then put dark sign, etc. on the start menu, so you don't accidentally use them during battle. Try the help prompt at the bottom there. Left touchpad is what the icon indicates. Well, when I press the left touchpad, it says, oh, explanation. Oh. I thought the explanation was like, explanation, here is your help menu, and then view controls, not click explanation, then I'll... Okay, never mind. I misunderstood. All right, Covenant. Name of presently affiliated Covenant. Level. Value indicating the general strength of one's combined attributes. Use souls to level up. We're at soul level 7. So I want to see if there's anything like adaptability in this game that has to do with iframes that could influence what stats we use to level up. Souls. Total souls in possession. Souls have various uses, but are left behind at the spot of one's death. Required souls. Required number of souls to level up. Leveling up raises an attribute. Nice, just like Dark Souls 2, we can see how many souls we need to level up without having to go to a bonfire. Attributes. Alright, here's where we determine. I'm going to start a new card here. What are our main stats going to be in Dark Souls 2? Alright, Vigor. Attribute governing HP. Also governs resistance to frost. To frost? Frost! There's a new frost element in Dark Souls 3? Interesting, interesting. Reminds me of DLC 3 from Dark Souls 2. Required souls, just like every other Souls game. Well, Dark Souls 1 you had to visit a bonfire, and in Demon Souls, I think the only way to know how many souls you needed to... Yeah, the only way you knew in Demon Souls how many souls you need to level up was you had to return to the Nexus and speak to the Candle Maiden, the Maiden in Black, and then she would tell you. So it's nice you can just go into a menu from anywhere in the world and see how many souls you need to level up. Vigor is always a good choice. Attunement. Attribute governing FP. Also determines number of attunement slots. Oh, that's going to be important. Okay. I don't remember what FP stood for anymore. Something points? 3 points? Focus points. That's right, focus points. Endurance. Attribute governing stamina. Also governs resistance to lightning and bleeding. Endurance is always important, but it's more important for a melee build. We're going for a healer build, so it's not going to be as important, I don't think. Unless it takes stamina to use miracles, which, I mean, I don't know. It didn't take stamina to use magic in Demon Souls, but the rules may have changed in Dark Souls. Vitality, attribute governing physical defense, though this is also affected by other attributes. Also governs maximum equip load and poison resist. Okay. I don't think that's going to be as important for us. Strength, attribute required to wield powerful and heavy weapons. Also governs resistance to fire and improves attack strength. Maybe as a backup stat, but I don't really see us. I guess it'll help with melee damage, but I don't really see us like probably wielding a heavier weapon than what we have now. Like I really just want to stick to one-handed hammers. Dexterity, attribute required to wield advanced weapons. Also improves attack strength. Reduces spellcasting time. Ooh. Why reduces spellcasting time? Is that because it's all on the wrist, so it's like you can like cast faster? That's weird. And reduces damage taken when falling. Okay. So Dex could be like an important stat for us. Intelligence. Attribute required to cast sorceries and pyromancies. Increases spell potency. Pyromancy is affected by both faith and intelligence. Oh, like hexes from Dark Souls 2. Magic defense is also calculated from this attribute. Faith. Attribute required to cast miracles and pyromancies. Interesting they said miracles and pyromancies. They're not talking about hexes, so maybe hexes died out? Hexes aren't used anymore? In Dark Souls 3? Attribute required to cast miracles and pyromancies. Increases spell potency. Pyromancy is affected by both faith and intelligence. Dark defense is also calculated from this attribute. Well, faith is going to be a big stat for us. Luck. Attribute governing item discovery. Ups bleeding and poison capabilities. Oh, so it makes our bleeding and poison abilities deal... Okay, we're not going to be using either of those. Also governs resistance to curses. Oh, curses are back in Dark Souls 3. That's fun. That's always fun. Okay. So I like trying to focus on 4 stats. Faith is definitely going to be one. Maybe Dex, because it reduces casting time. That could be a thing. I don't know. Vigor's probably important. Attunement's going to be important for more spell slots, so... Okay, definitely Faith and Attunement. I guess Vigor? And I guess just more stamina, because we're going to be probably running around and having to dodge roll through some things. So I guess Endurance, governing stamina. Okay. So I guess those 4. Yeah, you gotta do all the extra work in Demon Souls because it's Garbo. I love Demon Souls. Okay, so what are our current values? Our Vigor is 10. Our Attunement is 14. Our Faith is 16. And what was our 4th stat gonna be? Endurance. We might need 5 main stats, because Strength also governs our melee, and I want our character to be kind of balanced between melee and caster. So maybe 5 stats. That's going to start spreading us pretty thin, though. I guess let's just go straight down the list for now. Okay. Main... Dark Souls 3 Cleric stats. I'll write that. Okay, so we're going to focus on Vigor, which starts at 10. I think until I learn more about this, I might just, like, go down the list of my main stats. Attunement... I want to have as many spell slots as possible. Because this is supposed to be more of a caster, a balance between a caster and melee build. Endurance. Okay. Endurance is always nice. Endurance starts at 9. And Dex is tempting too. Strength and Dex are tempting. Strength for more melee damage and Dex for more, like, faster spellcasting. Dex might be our main stat. Well, I don't know what... I'll have to check what the mace scales with. But definitely Faith. Which starts at 16. Okay. So those are our 4 main stats, at least for now. Vigor, Attunement, Endurance, and Faith. What else do we got over here? HP, 431. Focus points, 114. Stamina, 92. Equip load, 17.9 out of 47. Poise, 2.58. Item Discovery, 113. Attack power, Mace is 126 attack power. Defenses all look pretty good. Resists all look pretty... We have a really high curse resist. Pretty good poison resist, too. Okay. Alrighty. You like to put luck to 20? And then use the level to actual attributes? Hammer's usually strength-based. Oh, that's right. I just forgot to check that. I said I was going to do that. Okay, so we need 12 strength and 7 dex to use this, which we have. Otherwise, we wouldn't have it. Right? Yeah, we have 12 strength. And how much dex do we need? We have 8 dex. So we have a little more dex. It scales E with dex, so that's pretty bad. And C with strength. So yeah, it definitely scales more off of strength than dex. I feel like we're going to have to make strength the main stat. I feel like we're going to have to make strength and dex the main stat. That's bad. See, that worries me. That's going to start spreading us pretty thin, I feel like. If we had, like, 7 stats. Because we'd want strength to make our mace deal more damage. And we would want dex for faster casting time. But then that would give us 7. Vigor, Attunement, Endurance, Faith, Strength, and Dex. Quality build. Okay, okay. I think I am going to add a 5th stat. I'm going to add Strength. I'm going to leave Dex alone for now. I'll just try to get used to the current casting time. And if it proves a problem later on, then I will start to focus on Dex at that point. So, Strength, which starts at 12. Okay. Alright. We're going to focus on 5 stats while leveling. Alright, let's see if we can get a feel for the controls now. Alright, I like the animation. I like the billowing robe. Oh, what's that message? Camera control. Oh, this is the tutorial. Okay. Alright. Oh! Well, that was scary. A little ghost of a person just looking at me. Oh, that's a brutal mace swing there. You can hear it kind of cut through the wind. It has like a little metallic ping to it. I like that. Okay, so that's the quick attack. What's the power attack? Overhead smash. Okay. What's the combo power attack? Just another overhead smash. Okay. What's two-hand look like? Okay, two-hand quick is... Oh. It's overhead smash and then a horizontal slash. Two-hand power attack is just a really big overhead smash. Okay. Interesting, interesting. Okay. And then shield block. And then parry. This game right there. So we have the heal miracle. There's our Cleric Sacred Chime. Is L2 attack with it? Nope. L2 casts. What if L2 casts, and what does L1 do? What? Oh, is that the ability thing? I think that's the ability thing. Okay, okay. Huh. Well, I just wasted a lot of mana right there. Hopefully I won't need any heals going forward for a while. Okay. Alright. Let's go. I don't know why he has like a... Well, I mean, I read about the blanket thing, the blanket lore of having stuff on your back, but it looks a little weird. Alright. Begin venturing through the tutorial. There's Estus for heal, yeah. I'm gonna have to rely on that for right now. But limiting myself is fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy pigeonholing myself into a little space and learning how to work within it. To get cynicism, my first play and only play, I didn't use any spells. Final boss at the end of New Game Plus Plus. Are you going to do multiple plays and try and plat this one too? I am. It is my goal to play through, beat, and platinum every Souls game. With maybe the exception of Sekiro. We'll see. R1, regular attack. Okay. R2, strong attack. Oh, is there something over here? Nope. Okay. Oh, durability is a thing. Okay, gotta keep that in mind. Oh, there's a person over there. Maybe that's a helpful NPC. Do you think so? Nope. Lock-on works the same as from Dark Souls 2. That's good. Okay. R3, target lock release. Okay. Whoa! That was quick! He just, like, ran right at me. The mobs in Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2 move a lot slower than that. Like in the tutorial area. Circle backstep, left analog stick plus circle to roll. Okay. Oh, wow. You roll like a lot further than you do in Dark Souls 1 or 2. It's like you jump and roll. Wow, that's some distance right there. We can do streamers to plat Sekiro. Alright, I can go left. There's some mobs over there, and there's an item. Or I can go right and see what's down, perhaps the path less taken there. I feel like that's the way to go to continue the game. So, what's... You know what? I should have my shield up. Haha! Okay, well, this makes me feel good that I'm one-shotting people in the very beginning of the game. Oh, those stairs go up, so that's the way you're supposed to go. Alright, well, I'll be back then. Ashen Estus Flask. Ooh. What? I have 2 Estus Flasks? Fill the Estus at bonfire. Restores FP. Restore your mana. Interesting. Undead treasure these dull ashen flasks. Fill with Estus at bonfires, and drink to restore FP. Quite befitting of an unkindled. An ashen Estus flask turns a bonfire's heat cold. Interesting. Alright. Well, I'll burb. Oh, I can go that way too. Oh, there's multiple paths we can go. We can go up there. We can go that way. We can go back this way. I want to go back this way. Move plus circle to dash. Okay. Really pretty graphics. Oh, there's an item. What is that over there? Is that an enemy? Maybe I can't lock onto anything, so I guess not. Soul of a deserted corpse. Ooh, our first soul of the game. Soul found in a deserted corpse, used to acquire souls. Let the Firekeeper transform this sovereignless soul into a source of strength, for to be unkindled is to be a vessel for souls. Okay. I thought maybe those coffins down there would crumble down and do something. Maybe let out a whole bunch of enemies. Maybe they will in New Game Plus. I wonder if there are new enemies in New Game Plus. Like there are in Dark Souls 2. Or if the enemies just get harder, like in Dark Souls 1. Graphics are nice, yes. Okay, I came from there. Nothing in there. So there's an enemy over there. And we can go... It looks like we can get all the way up there into the castle. Or I can go straight. I feel like I'm supposed to go straight. I feel like that's the most obvious path. Oh, we can go left, too. So I want to go off the beaten trail first, which may be a bad idea. L1 guard. Right, okay. L2 parry, repel attack, R1 riposte after successful parry. Something feels off. I want to quicken my turning speed. How do I do that? Camera speed, there we go. Let's try 6. That feels better. Nope. What about 7? Okay. I don't know, 7 might be too quick. I'll go back to 6. Nope. Feels a little heavier, though. I don't know. I don't know. We'll get you... We'll figure it out. Doesn't have 100% damage resist. I wanted to try going for backstab. Left analog stick plus R1 for kick. Oh, the kick is returned from Dark Souls 1. As opposed to the backhanded shield break from Dark Souls 2. Okay, so this just brings us around in a circle. Okay. So that just takes us that way. Well, then what's this way? Oh, maybe this is where I learned backstab, since he has his back to me. R1 behind an enemy for a critical hit. Alright, game, impress me. Dark Souls 2 had some really cool-looking backstab animations. No, I think Dark Souls 2 did it better there with the mace, with the backstab. What is that? Oh, there's an archer over there. Oh, I have two... Ah! I have 2 enemies. I'm gonna go take out the center guy first. Flaming bolts? How dare you? Oh! I went too far. Yeah, I think this camera speed will be fine. Uh-oh. Got one. Come on, come get me. Come do it. Oh! Ha ha! That was nice. Triangle. Two-hand right weapon. L2 while two-handing use right weapon skills. Oh, you have to be two-handing. I see. I don't see. What? Oh, L2 while two-handing use right weapon skills. Okay, okay. Oh, that's okay. So that's that ups your poise. Okay. It looks like it wears off really quickly, though. Does that just like give you time to cast one spell and that's it? Perseverance. Assume an unfaltering stance of prayer to temporarily boost poise. Damage reduced while activated. Huh. I can't imagine why you'd want to use that. Maybe like if you were uncertain and you were running into a boss encounter or an enemy encounter for the very first time, you might want to like engage a special effect and then just run at enemies, so even if you get hit, you won't get staggered and you can deal some extra damage. But I mean, I would prefer to just have my shield up and dance around the enemy instead. I'll probably learn what it's really for once I get further into the game. Square use item, not yet. What's this way? Let me see. The classic controller drift. Yes, the classic controller drift is back. It was there with Dark Souls 1. You can see our character kind of shaking as they walk. It wasn't there with Dark Souls 2. They eliminated it in Dark Souls 2. But in Dark Souls 1 and 3 it exists. Tukatsuna says, I didn't play the new game plus of Dark Souls 3. Can't say a thing. Okay. You can make the parry attack again in Dark Souls 3. You can't do that in Dark Souls 2. I don't know what you mean by parry attack. You can parry in Dark Souls 2. Parry and attack fast, I meant. Oh, okay. Very bloody backstab. It was. It was weird. Weapon skill use. Oh, weapon skills use focus points too. Well, I definitely don't want to use it. I want to save as many of my focus points as possible for miracle usage. Turn back. What? But why do I want to turn back? Am I about to die? Is there a drop-off that I'm not seeing? I feel like there is. But I mean, if there is, why can't I just look down in the water and see where the floor ends? Why isn't that a thing? I don't want to turn back. I want to keep going. I want to test my luck. I think the game is balanced to use weapon skills sometime. Okay. Something's over there. What is that? If that's an enemy, I am turning back. No, something's not right about this. This looks like a boss arena. I'll be back. Oh, and the water here is deep. It makes you walk slow. So if something bad happens, you try to run away, you can't escape. Is this a developer message or is this a player-created message? Developer message. Okay. Change weapons and toggle items. Okay. But I mean, I don't know. Once I come over the crest of this hill, it looks like that's the main part of the game. It's a cute place. Developer message. Player message would say, turn back, butthole, LOL. Yeah. I figured if it had like a rating attached to it, it's probably a player message. Without a rating, it's probably a developer message. But why would the developers put that path there and then tell you to turn back? Unless maybe, like, you can come back here later on, and maybe, like, you'll meet a quest NPC that'll tell you, like, oh, back in the Cemetery of Ash, down one unique path, there is a certain thing you can acquire to do this for me, and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, oh, well, then okay, that's the path that I was told not to go down in the tutorial. I'll just keep going this way. It could be just like Firelink Shrine, how when you get to Firelink, there's a lot of different paths you can go. But you're really only supposed to go one particular way. That could be it. Do you remember the 80 dev messages telling you to turn back in Dark Souls 2? Not really. And if you ignore it, you release that guy who hassles you constantly. Oh, yeah. Sorcerer Navlan. I did that in New Game Plus. I left him stuck in a cell in Standard New Game and a New Game Plus Plus. Okay. Oh, our first bonfire. Very nice. Okay, nice view. So I'm guessing we're someplace north or central. This is a very dark looking castle. Skybox is okay. Pretty cloudy. Pretty grim. I'm already missing the bright, hopeful sunshine of Majula. Yay! Trophy earned and Kindle. Bonfire! Bonfire! Oh, I wonder... Rest. Leave. I wonder, like... if our durability of our gear gets repaired at bonfires for free like it did in Dark Souls 2. It takes a lot of... Your weapons can take a lot of punishment here in Dark Souls 3 compared to Dark Souls 2. Like, I'm looking at it, my durability meter's like barely going down. It does, okay. Resting at bonfires heals your or repairs your gear, got it. So it's like the devs giving you a little hint that maybe you could do this, or maybe you shouldn't, LOL, okay. Durability is significantly less irritating in this one. Dark Souls 3, yes, Boris, yes. Ooh. Ooh. That's a cool looking scabbard for your sword there. Alright. Come on, come get some. See, now that's the speed I would expect, like... Oh, he has a short sword. That's the speed I would expect an enemy to move in the tutorial area of a Dark Souls game. Come on. Alright. I'm getting a feel for it. Alright, go straight. Oh. Multiple enemies. I definitely want to return to that area that said don't, like, turn back. But if that's the developers telling me to turn back, I don't want to go there yet. I want to wait till I'm stronger. Can I just pull one at a time? Katana finally lasts longer here. Nice, nice. You think the devs recognized at this point you want to play the game for longer than 5 seconds without having to fix your sword. Ha! Power swing works well. Oh, I hear footsteps. You do. I thought maybe he was just patrolling. Oh. Oh. I feel like the backstabs are very generous. Fading Soul. In that it doesn't feel like I have to be right behind someone to backstab them anymore. It feels like I can just be kind of around where they are. Alright, I gotta use the restroom again. Sorry. It will not be long this time. Less than 2 minutes. But I must away. So, BRB very soon. And we'll continue through the tutorial. Okay, we're back again. Okay, let's see here. There are diapers for streamers? I'm sure there are. You know what the real pro streamers use for their gaming chairs? They just have like a little toilet that you sit on. Then they never have to leave. Okay, where's my controller? There's my controller. Alright, let's get back to it. Fading Soul. The fading soul of a corpse, used to gain a smattering of souls. Okay. Oh, I can go down. This is a really, like, in-depth tutorial location. Like, there's a lot of hidden secrets around here. That's what it feels like, anyway. Uh-oh. Oh, he's got a spear. In every Souls game, I have always been really bad at fighting spearmen. Well, let's give it a shot. Uh-oh. Oh, this is messed up. A crossbowman with fire... What are those called? Fire bolts? As well as... They have to be guarding something really good. There's an item back there. Ooh, I have an idea. Let's use the Force, chat. Let's use the Force. May the Force be strong with us! Ah! Uh-oh. Okay, that wasn't as effective as I thought it was going to be. Insta-heal? You can insta-heal again? With Estus? It's no, like, slow health recharge? Streamers don't wear pants anyway. Oh, is it? Probably weather taking a toll? Could be. Sorry about that. I could try ending stream and relaunching it. Should I try that? It would just pick up right from here. Thank God for instant Estus. But I miss the slow health recharge. It's good when you stand still, but then when you're moving, it lowers quality every once in a while. The game runs at 30 FPS. You think that has something to do with it? I mean, it could. It is up to you, though. If you think that I should relaunch stream... Actually, my bitrate is low. No one misses slow health recharge, don't lie. I got used to it. I thought it added, like, challenge to the game. Okay. Well, we're going to experiment then. I will burb. I will end stream and then just relaunch the stream really quick. See if that fixes things. Hopefully it does. So, burb.